So building the analysis model. So we create here in analytical models, we do the scenario-based elements. For example, functional processing narratives of the software functions, say a functionality. So you really describe that for ATM, as I gave you an example. There you describe the processing, how does processing happens, and use case gives you description of interaction. So what are the actors? Actor can be your user, right? So you describe that user go into insert their card into the ATM machine, they input their PIN, account balance is displayed on the screen. Say for the withdraw, they have to enter the amount, and system goes back and checks whether the amount that is to be withdrawn is higher than the available amount or not. If higher, you cannot withdraw it, right? So those sort of functionalities. So you really processing narrative, that how the software functionality will process once users interact with them. So interaction between an actor. So actor is normally a user, or actor can be, for example, in our previous hospitals or the clinics example, say when a patient is an actor, they go to the system, they book an appointment for a GP. So once they book it, then maybe at the reception, someone confirms it by looking at the availability, or you can automate it. So really description of that functionality is done. So scenario-based element, where you really do the analysis that what happens if you are to create the software. So class-based elements, say implied by scenarios. So once you have this scenario description, after that, you really create the class diagrams, or describe them in the diagram. Say state elements can be, the behavioral element can be the state diagram. So what would be at, once you describe the narrative of the software function, that at every state, what is the state from one state to another, or can you go from one state to state 1 to state 2, or state 2 to state 3. So really looking at the behavior of the software and describing this state overall flow. So data flow oriented elements gives us data flow diagrams, that when a user input the data, what happens to that. So in the overall analysis, it's not necessary that in a software, in a project, you do all of them. It's just that what is needed for your software. For example, if behavior is not needed, maybe you don't want to do the behavior for each functionality. But overall, these are the different analysis models or elements of the analysis model that we use when building the model.
The Victorian Institute of Technology has other great videos covering many different topics. Please check them out, and thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe the video for more great content like this.